where you will learn from so many superiors that what exactly to be done, hike in a salary, promotion and other compensative things. So here what it is, it's a relationship between the superior and the subordinate. In that, people should have consistency as well as they need to show the proper result. Whether you take it for a year or 2 year or 3 year, now delegation becomes temporary. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I'm Abhilash Chandra from the Department of Commerce and Management in Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence. Welcome to all the students here. Now here in the 11th session, we're going to discuss about the importance, the advantage of delegation. Now what exactly delegation is? Transfer of authority from one person to another person is called delegation, and this happens with the superior and the subordinate relationship, where the superior will assign the duties. When he assigns duty, he is supposed to give authority with the responsibility. In return, the subordinate will go with more of responsibility and accountability. So I also discussed about the elements of delegation, that are 3 elements which you have learned. One is authority, responsibility and accountability. So today we'll see the importance of delegation. Firstly, these are the advantages of delegation. The main part here is you need to understand delegation will actually go with effective functioning. That is, whichever a person is, whoever the person is, whenever they go with it, they understand that what are the functions they are supposed to do, what exactly they are supposed to get the work done. So they'll have a proper effective functioning. Secondly is delegation always save time. That is, the manager is giving a delegation to assistant manager. What happens is the assistant manager will get all the work done. In return, the manager can actually focus on some other work which he is very particular about and he can finish it. So whenever we go with delegation, we will pass our work which is not so important to other people, and what is very important, we actually do that first. That is why it is called, it saves time. Third is reduction of work. Now the burden for a manager is there are too many things he should do it. Whenever we go with delegation, what happens is it will reduce work because the manager will assign duties to all other assistants, and then it reduces the real workload. After that, the manager can actually focus on very important aspect which he should do it even after doing the other regular activities. Opportunity for development. Now here you need to understand the superior will actually give a chance to a subordinate. Now this is the subordinate opportunity, that is, he can actually get to work efficiently and he can make a name in the company. That's why it is called opportunity for development. There is always an opportunity for the subordinate to perform and showcase his talent, that what exactly he is capable of. Many a times what has happened is the subordinate is better than the superior, but the subordinate will never get a chance to prove himself. Until last, what happens is after the superior goes to the one more position, then the subordinate gets the position which he really deserves. But in fact, if you go with delegation, the subordinates can actually make their name as well as the fame in the company very fast. That's why we say it's an opportunity for development. Benefit of specialized service. Now here, specialized service, when I say that, you are supposed to know, now say research and development is a department where you will learn from so many superiors that what exactly to be done, how exactly those things can handle, and these are the things which you will not get in any of the schools and colleges. You will only learn when you are under working with those people. Efficient running of branches. Now here, efficient of branches in the sense, whenever you go with delegation, what happens is you will give the subordinates the authority. When you give the authority to subordinates, they'll really work really hard and they'll prove to it that they are the people who are the best suitable for these jobs. So all the branches, wherever the subordinates are being given the delegation, now they'll make sure that their branch will be very much good and the competition within the branch officers will be more. So hence it will efficiently run the business. Interest and initiative. Now we need to also consider these statements saying that who should be given delegation. Now a person who really have an interest, a person who really take initiative, and a person who deserves to get the job done. Now here try to understand. If I don't want to take any initiative but still I want my boss to give me more salary, what happens is that will not go well. Hence, if I ask my boss that I want to work more, I want to earn more, now what happens is it is my interest and I have taken initiative. Now what happens is they'll provide you the opportunity and then you can prove to it. Satisfaction to subordinate. When the entire company is recognizing you by giving delegation, that means you are something in the company. That is what you will actually feel. So everybody should have one kind of a feeling, that is you are to be recognized by each and every person. When you get delegation, what happens is that itself says that you have been recognized and you have been supported by the management. And lastly, expansion and diversification of business activity, and we'll explain you what exactly these things are. Now here you need to understand that these are the points which are the advantages of delegation, and I'll be explaining one by one. The next point here is a basis of effective functioning. Now what exactly these functions are? The first one, whenever we go with delegation, we are supposed to give it to all the subordinates so that the subordinate will enjoy what exactly the powers are, and they'll also get responsible to misuse or not to misuse the power. So these are the things that is the basis of effective functioning. Now delegation lays the basis. Next is it creates the relationship with others and achieve various objectives of the organization. Now when we go with relationship, what type of relationship it is? It is the subordinate and superior relationship. And when you have a very good superior and subordinate relationship, the superior will always get the things done through the subordinates. In return, the subordinates will get whatever they really want from the superior, like incentives, fringe benefit, hike in a salary, promotion, and other compensative things. So here what it is, it's a relationship between the superior and the subordinate, and that will lead to the basis of effective functioning. Next one here, if you understand that what exactly the other advantages of delegation, that is it saves time. Now delegation of authority enables the superior to allot more time to important matters like planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and coordinating. With that you have something called controlling and decision making. So here what happens is the manager will actually look into the functions of management, whereas the other people can actually go with the routine work. So that is how the time will be saved of the manager. Reduction of work. Now when time of the manager is reduced, what happens is the manager will only perform the functions of management and the subordinate will do the other work which the manager should do in a routine basis. But here when you go with the division of work, what happens is the delegation relieves the superior. What happens is the delegation relieves the superior from attending to the routine matters, and normally the routine matters are allocated to subordinate. That is how it will save time, as well as it will go with division of work. And when you go with the reduction of work, it helps the superior to carry out more responsible work alone. That means he'll go for finding out how the planning should be done, right? The organizing kind of a thing, organizing. Then you will also have directing. He's a person who will actually go more with directing and controlling. So these are the work the manager can look into, and the other routine works are all done by the subordinates. So it saves times as well as it reduces the work. Opportunity for development. Now delegation of authority gives a very good opportunity to the subordinates to grow. It helps in identifying the best person, that is the best person among the various subordinates for development. Say example, you have too many subordinates, but you don't know to whom you are supposed to give delegation. What exactly the manager usually do? Now manager will give a task to all the people, and who is a person who will get it done efficiently and effectively, that person will be given the delegation. That is, they'll compare who is doing what, and a person who has done with his own ease, with efficiency and effectiveness, and a person with less consumption of time and resources, that person is capable of doing any task. Now they'll not give just one or two tasks, they'll actually give n number of tasks. In that, people should have consistency, as well as they need to show the proper result. Next one is benefit of specialized services. Now delegation helps the superior. That is what you are supposed to understand. There is always something called the superior and subordinate relationship, where the benefit is taken by the superior. Sometimes I tell you, the opportunity will also knocks the subordinate, where subordinate can prove to the entire company as well as the management saying that what he is capable of doing it. Now delegation helps the superior to get the benefit of specialized knowledge of various person at lower level. Next is, for example, production is delegated to the production manager. Now understand, if you are in sales team and the sales manager is working, you can actually get all adequate knowledge about sales from the sales manager itself. So you can use his specialized services. Now legal matter is actually, it goes to the lawyer, and like that you have marketing has a marketing manager, human resource has a human resource manager. So people will learn from getting delegated as well as from giving delegation. Efficient running of branches. If the business has any branch, the branch affairs or activities are looked after by a separate person. We call that as branch officer. He is supposed to do, or he is supposed to be in charge of this branch. When he can be adequately authority with responsibility, he could work with very smooth and effective functioning of the particular branches. So he'll get all the entire authority and responsibility, and he can perform his own way, and he can actually get more profit from that particular branch itself. Interest and initiative. I told you that we are supposed to have interest, plus we are supposed to show initiative. That is, we are the one who is the better for this job, and we can actually work really very much good, and we can get all the work done efficiently and effectively. So please give us the delegation. If somebody asks the boss will also feel that this person is there who is showing interest, let us give him a chance. Now that is how you will get the opportunity, and that is how you can actually make a benchmark in the company with your name. Satisfaction of subordinate. Whenever we give delegation to subordinate, they have some kind of a feeling, that is self-actualization. Don't get a comparison between self-actualization of Maslow theory and self-actualization here. In Maslow theory, that is the last stage of getting motivated, that is called self-actualization. But here in delegation, it is the first step where a person feels that he has been noticed by the management. That's why he'll have something called self-actualization. Expansion and diversification of business activity. Let's take an example of Godrej. Now what usually Godrej happened was, they started with a lock and key business, but because of more and more employees coming to the business, and they started to give responsibility with equal authority to the people. Now what exactly Godrej has been? This is what the example which I always give it to all the students here. That is the first one. The subordinates are fully trained. That is one. In decision making in various fields of the business by using the delegation of authority. This type of talent of subordinate can be used by the top management in the expansion and diversification of the business activity. So the more and more you are giving delegation, even each and every person are capable of taking the delegation. What happens is, the top management can use those people, and they can start various diversified business, and these people can actually work on it, and the company can be a successful if you go with it. But when we go with all these things, the delegation also implies one thing. Giving just authority and making a person like a dictator will not work. You are supposed to give him responsibility as well. But delegation is all temporary. Whether you take it for a year or 2 year or 3 year, now delegation becomes temporary. Once or the twice, you will actually face the situation where you can take authority with responsibility, but when it goes back to you, what really happens is delegation sometimes is not so very good. There are many barriers to delegation, which I'll be explaining you in the next session. And for that, keep watching and always share and like our videos. Thank you so much. I'll see you when I see you.